Well, I mean, I think that's a good segue too, Taylor. So I think we'll get fined if we don't talk about AI and post this. So let's get into that a little bit. And I think the way that I think would make sense to open this conversation is just from a building on this idea of intent and kind of getting your arms around the data. So I'd like to get your thoughts on a best practice around that and how to approach it, because I
Yeah,
think we all saw kind of the evidence that was dropped by MIT with that 95% number, which I think was a little jarring, right? So
yeah,
especially for folks that are planning or have already made investments
yeah,
with artificial intelligence. So maybe talk a little bit about that and like where we can see actual gains in the realm
yeah.
of asset investment management and commercial real estate.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, yeah, citing that study from MIT, I think it was, yeah, 95% of in-house projects regarding AI are failing.
Mhm.
And there was actually another, I think, report posted, which we'll validate ourselves. Like, of those 5% that have rolled out, only 35% of them are accurate, meaning that
Okay.
people aren't trusting them also. And it's a real thing. It's because organizations, oftentimes want to, jump to the hype, jump to the buzzwords, and use tools. And AI is incredible. I've been working in the AI and data space now for over a decade, and been a thought leader in AI. Spoken at multiple conferences, taught at universities, on the
Mhm.
future of AI and how it can be used. And what I always am typically declaring for most groups is that AI is just a better ML, meaning machine learning. It has to be
Mhm.
taught. AI inherently is like a 4-year-old, and I have two of them. So the idea is, you need to be able to explain to them what something is, how to do it, and create repetition. And it's just like potty training, essentially. You got to know where the
Yeah.
toilet is, when you need to go, and that kind of stuff. If you don't teach them, then it's a lot of
Right.
diapers for a lot of time. So, which I'm very used to. So the idea around AI is you have to have that strategy internally. And I think most groups think, okay, I can just use a GPT bot or build my own, LLM using these kind of tools, and it's going to come out the other side with perfection. And I'm going to be able to use this for corporate strategy and making billion-dollar decisions or understanding really complex financial statements and views. And I, oftentimes am saying, yeah, you can eventually, but there's some work that's got to be put in first. Otherwise, you are wasting your money, you're wasting your time, and you're going to bust your pick trying to do this. And I almost
Mhm.
think of it as, everyone, if you take kind of an alphabet perspective, everyone jumped straight to A and forgot to kind of wind down to it. And so I kind of think of it as DI, CI, BI, AI. Those are the kind of four alphabetical things you got to do first. So first is the DI, so data ingestion. You got to have your data.
Okay.
Second is corporate intent, CI. You got to want to do something and know what to do with it. BI, business intelligence, which is where we really start the journey, is you have to have that data structured and organized and cleansed and gleaned and also understood of all that logic that's important, such
Mhm.
as what's an operating asset, what's not an operating asset, what's a down unit versus an up unit, what is a below the line expense versus an above the line expense. These are
Yeah.
all things that are technically in business intelligence machine learning. You are inputting logic from the asset management team, the portfolio management team, the CFO. That
Mhm.
these are the things that are how we look at the portfolio. If you haven't done that BI step, the AI will be wrong every time
Yeah.
because it's just going to go, all right, I'll summarize your buildings by total rents, not realizing that it should be having framework of only the rents in this month and in this
Yep.
period for activated leases for commercial assets and things like that. So it's interesting conundrum that people don't realize that you can't skip any of these steps. And then when you
Yeah.
jump straight to AI, yes, you can get some very cool stuff coming out the other side, abstracting data using tools that have been built out for you. But until your own organization has even just agreed on what is a
Mhm.
activated lease, what is an operating building versus a building in lease up or stabilized, if you don't have
Mhm.
any of that intent there, your AI is going to be dealing with a lot of logic that's not there, and oftentimes going to lead you down to a road of mistrust, of your own information and not really framing it the right way. So that's where we kind of take this strategic approach. Is if you want to use AI, you got to kind of do the alphabet in reverse. And
Yeah.
that's the only way that we feel like it's going to be a tangible use case in the coming future for the use in real estate.
Okay.